This video is sponsored by Geek Fuel. Geek Fuel ships out a great box for geeks and gamers each month that has at least $50 worth of value for around $15 plus shipping and handling. Every box has an exclusive t-shirt, a full game, and a total of 5 to 7 items. If you use the link in the video description below, they'll include a licensed Game of Thrones bonus item in your first box along with other Game of Thrones themed items this month. And I'll talk about those bonus items at the end of this video. So this is your Game of Thrones news update for the past week, where I take what I consider to be the most important Game of Thrones news from the past 7-ish days, sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, and I share it with you. I'll also talk about the winner from last news video's giveaway at the end of this video, including a new giveaway, and I'm actually doing 2 giveaways this video because just like in all past sponsored videos, I'm able to do more giveaways when I'm actually sponsored. I get so excited about giveaways. Before I start, I have to say, like I do in every news video, there are spoilers for Season 7 of Game of Thrones in this video. If you do not want to be spoiled, do not watch. But if you like to live life dangerously, let's begin. First off, so I reported in an earlier news video that Mormont soldiers were going to be in Season 7 of Game of Thrones, and I automatically assumed that also meant Lyanna Mormont was going to be in Season 7, which actually wasn't confirmed until a few days ago, where pictures of Lyanna Mormont in costume on set were actually taken. And I don't really want to say this, but I have this sick feeling in my stomach since there's a lot of people that love Lyanna Mormont, that she's actually going to die in Season 7 of Game of Thrones, and it's going to be because of some sort of attack at Winterfell or somewhere around that by the others. And I really hope I'm wrong, but it's just this terrible feeling I've had. It doesn't help that they've been filming scenes at Winterfell at night, and I'm starting to get these spooky, scary skeleton feels, like something is going to happen at Winterfell or the others are going to get through the wall and attack. But it could be something as innocent as Jon Snow and his advisors are just talking at night and making plans about what they're going to do. I just get really nervous when I like a character. Also, since they've already been filming at Winterfell and Sophie Turner's hair is still very blonde, it leads me to believe that I was right in what I said a few news videos ago. She is going to be wearing a red wig for Season 7 of Game of Thrones. I doubt Sansa's hair is going to be blonde for Season 7. And I'm really hoping that they pick a good wig, because if you've ever seen actors go from their natural hair to a wig, it's really noticeable and not always that great. Still speaking of Northerners, a photo published by the Daily Mail shows Maisie Williams as Arya Stark with a very different costume than what we saw in Season 6. It also looks like this picture was taken in the same spot as the ones with Jon, Davos, Brienne, Pod, Lyanna Mormont, and so on. So now I'm wondering if this is any indication Arya actually does meet up with her family in Season 7. And this might be an insane thought process, but if you remember a few months ago, Arya Stark's actress Maisie was saying that she hopes that Arya never meets up with her family. She doesn't think it would be a good idea. They are too different, and she wants Arya to do her own thing. And she was very outspoken about that. And that was before she read Season 7's script. Then after she read the Season 7 script, all of a sudden she started changing her story and saying, oh no, I want the Starks to meet up. I think it would be so cool if Arya actually did meet up with the Starks, and it would be great to be around them again. And can people change their mind? Of course. Especially when you're younger and you're an actress, and sometimes you say things in the heat of the moment, or you just randomly blurt something out and then people just run with it. It just seems a bit odd that within the span of a few months, that she went from, I don't want Arya to have anything to do with the Starks, and then she read the script, and then all of a sudden she came out saying, oh, I think it would be awesome if Arya happened to do that. I also make a lot of headcanon though, so. I grew a little bit more suspicious when another picture surfaced with Arya and Bran's actors next to each other. Could they just be filming in the same location? Yes, but I have a feeling we're getting a full Stark reunion in Season 7. Well, the ones that are still alive. At the wall, we can look forward to seeing Ed again, as his actor confirmed that he is in Season 7 of Game of Thrones, which makes sense because I think last news video I reported that filming is going on right now at the Wall and Castle Black. Is Ed gonna die when the others crash through the wall? That would be Ed's luck, especially for him to be the last man standing. There's also reports that Bran and Ed have at least one scene together, so I'm really thinking the others are going to get through the wall in Season 7, and poor Ed is fucked. It's also been reported that Daenerys will be in the Dragon Pit for Season 7, and now it's come out that she's going to have a few meetings in the Dragon Pit, and one of those meetings is going to be with Davos and with Brienne. And my secret hope is Jon sends them south to deal with Daenerys. So Daenerys takes over King's Landing, Cersei is no longer in power. She has control over most of the Seven Kingdoms. And Jon realizes, okay, well, I don't have batshit crazy Cersei to deal with anymore. I have this new person, and he sends his envoys down to talk with her. Which makes me so very hopeful that Jon and Daenerys meet up, and somehow it is discovered that they are aunt and nephew, and then they can marry and form an alliance between the North and the rest of the Seven Kingdoms, because incest is best. I'm really happy my family does not watch my videos. I think it is more likely Daenerys will take over King's Landing, and Jon believes or is put in a position where he has to reach out for her to help him with the others. Maybe he knows his parentage via Bran before sending Davos and or Brienne, and he adds that information to entice her more to aid him. Though, hey, we're all going to die if you don't help against these creatures is pretty enticing in itself, if she believes him. There's also reports that Theon and Jon meet up at one point in season 7, and that Jon actually leaves the North and begins to travel south. So what that meeting is going to be like is going to be a bit fascinating, because yeah, he helped Sansa, and yeah, Sansa has forgiven Theon, but I don't know how Jon is going to take that and how he's going to treat Theon. But if Theon is meeting up with Jon, it means that he definitely survived the naval battle that they were filming a few weeks ago. 2 new actors have been added to the cast of Game of Thrones: Paul Ward, who has an unnamed role, and Joseph Quinn, who will be playing a character named Conor. And he may be in more than one episode. No idea what either of their characters are for or what they will be doing. Game of Thrones has also been casting a lot of people for soldiers in different filming areas these past months. A lot of soldiers. So there's going to be a lot of conflict in season 7. Irish Thrones has confirmed that the Dark Hedges in Northern Ireland will be closed from October 13th to 16th for filming a King's Road scene or scenes. What is going to be happening on the King's Road, that's to be seen, but my hope is either fighting, or this is where Jon meets up with Theon or someone else as he's traveling south. It would be rather risky for Jon to start traveling south if Cersei is still on the throne, so I'm hoping this is post-Cersei being overthrown. Lord Royce will also be back for season 7 of Game of Thrones, and my secret hope is that Littlefinger dies, and then he has control over Sweet Sweet Robin. Lastly, in George R. Martin news, nothing really new, except a fan asked him which way was the correct way to pronounce character and place names in his books, especially since quite a few characters and place names are said differently from book readers versus show watchers. And his response was the same he's been given for years: doesn't matter, say it how you want. Which really isn't news, because George has been saying this for many, many years. He just doesn't give a shit. Do your own thing, say it how you want. And the showrunners seem to really be on George's side for that, because David and Dan, if you watch any interview with them, they will say the same character's name in one interview, completely different from each other, and they really don't seem to give a shit. And in one scene of Game of Thrones, you'll notice characters saying different character names or places differently. It doesn't really seem to faze anyone, and my subs are, you guys are chill as fuck. You don't really care either. You just want to talk about an awesome piece of work and an awesome show and just share your love for it. So I really don't think George needs to keep saying this, but I do appreciate him answering fans and saying, hey, like I've said in the past, it's not a big deal. No one thinks it's a big deal, except for a few people here or there that tend to freak out on other people. And how he phrased this to the fan was actually much nicer than how he said it in the past. He's gotten a little aggressive about this in the past, but I think George has been chilling out a little bit in recent years, which is the opposite of what I thought happens with old age. I thought you were supposed to get grumpier and grumpier as you get older. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that's a generalization and not okay. All right, let's talk about giveaways. Like I said in the beginning of this video is sponsored by Geek Fuel, and Geek Fuel will sponsor the next 2 news videos, so I'm going to talk about them briefly, and then I want to talk about the other giveaways. So like I said before, Geek Fuel ships out a great box for geeks and gamers each month that has at least $50 worth of value for around $15 plus shipping and handling. Every box has an exclusive t-shirt, a full game, and a total of 5 to 7 items. Why they reached out to me is because this month they are offering an exclusive Game of Thrones item as part of their October box, which includes a dragon egg that can work as a storage container or a toothbrush holder. They have 2 bonus items, the Hand of the King wax seal kit and a direwolf statue. If you use my link in the video description below, they'll include a licensed Game of Thrones bonus item in your first box. So let's talk about actual giveaways. The winner from last week's giveaway was Renwood, and they purely won because their response to my question disgusted me so much. So congratulations for being able to do that. You monster. New giveaways for this video. Since this video is sponsored, as always, I do more giveaways, and I'm going to do two separate ones. The first one is going to be for your chance to win a $20 gift card to Amazon, and the second one is for your chance to win a mystery Game of Thrones item. And I don't know about you, but I love mysteries. To enter both giveaways, just like this video, so hit the thumbs up, and answer one or both of these questions. To enter the $20 Amazon gift card giveaway, tell me in the comment section below, which character death made you the saddest, angriest, or most depressed in past seasons of Game of Thrones? To enter the mystery Game of Thrones item giveaway, still do the same thing, like the video, but answer in the comment section below, why do you think Jon Snow will travel out of the north to the south? Make sure your response to both questions are two separate comments. That makes it easier for me to pick winners for both giveaways. There is a chance that one person could win for both, but hopefully that won't happen. I will pick the winner for both and I will report on it in next week's Game of Thrones news video. So big thank you to Geek Fuel, big thank you to you for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and come back every week for new Game of Thrones videos. Besides that, I do Game of Thrones, comics, Star Wars, and more.